Now that we've learned how to add mixed numbers, we need to learn how to subtract mixed numbers. Let's look at this word problem. Marian has 4 5/6 cups of sugar. She used 2 3/6 cups when she was making cookies. How much sugar does she have left? So this is the amount that she started with. She used this much. We need to find out how much sugar she has left. We can find out our answer by subtracting. So I'll go ahead and write that. She started with the 4 5/6. She used 2 3/6. And then our answer is how much sugar she has left. We can solve this problem with fraction bars. I'll go ahead and lay out 4 5/6. Okay, so this is the amount that Marian started with. She used 2 whole cups. And then she also used 3/6. So this is the amount she was left with. 2/6 and then 2 wholes. So 2 2/6 cups of sugar. We'll go ahead and make sure we're labeling since this is a word problem. Let's look at this new problem. 5 4/5 take away 3 1/5. When you see the problem written horizontally, go ahead and write it vertically. If we want to use our fraction bars, we need to get out 5 wholes and then 4/5. Okay, so now we're ready to subtract. We're taking away 1/5. That leaves me with 3/5. 4 pieces take away 1 piece is 3 pieces. And then we're taking away 3 wholes. That leaves us with 2 wholes. So the answer is 2 3/5. So here's a new problem. 6 3/6 take away 2 2/6. Is there a way we could draw a picture instead of using our fraction bars? This time I'll write the problem over here so I have room to draw my picture. So for this problem, we'll want to go ahead and draw 6 wholes and then 3/6. So you can go ahead and just draw 6 rectangles. It's okay to go ahead and leave those as holes. So there's our 6 holes, and then we'll go ahead and draw our last hole to show the 3/6. So I'm going to split that one up into 6 pieces. And then I like to go ahead and shade in the fraction amount. So that's the 3/6, and then I like to go ahead and cross out the extra pieces, just so I know that that's not actually part of the amount I'm starting with. So we have 6 and 3/6, and now I'm ready to subtract 2/6. So I'm going to cross out 2 of those pieces, and that leaves me with 1 piece, with 1/6. And then we're ready to subtract 2 wholes. So I'll go ahead and cross that out, and we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4 wholes. Our picture shows that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 wholes and 1/6, and that matches my answer over here, 4 and 1/6. So on your practice pages today, you have some problems that look like this with fraction bars that you can use for pictures, and then you also have some problems that you can solve without drawing a picture. So using fraction bars or drawing the picture does take a little bit of extra time, but they do really help us understand how we're getting our answer. I like to look at the mixed numbers 7 and 7/8, and then I like to count my wholes and make sure that I have that number of wholes. So I usually mark a 1 to show that it's a whole. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wholes, and I put the 1 to represent that that's a whole. And then this last rectangle, that's for me to divide up into 8ths. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, we should have about 8 pieces there. Then I need to shade in 7/8. And then this is an extra piece. So I'll just go ahead and take that right off. Okay, now we're ready to show how to subtract. So we're taking away 3/8. So I can cross off 3 pieces. Or some people like to circle those 3 pieces and draw a little arrow to show that they're going away. I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4 of those pieces, 4/8, which makes sense. 7 pieces take away 3 pieces is 4 pieces, and these are 8ths. We're not changing the size of the piece at all. And then I'm ready to subtract my wholes. So I'll go ahead and subtract 1, 2, 3 wholes. And we're left with 4 wholes. Anytime you notice that you have a fraction that's equivalent to 1/2, go ahead and just change that answer. So 4 and 4/8 equals 4 and 1/2. You can see that that's half right there. So our answer is 4 and 1/2. So here we have some problems that we're going to try to solve without fraction bars or drawing a picture. If you find that you really do better with the fraction bars or drawing a picture, please feel free to keep using those tools. So first I'm going to look at my fractions. 3/4 take away 1/4. That's 2/4. And then 6 wholes take away 3 wholes. That's 3 wholes. So my answer is 3 and 2/4. And hopefully you recognize that 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2. So we can just write down 3 and 1/2. Now over here on number 3, we have 15 and 7/10 take away 9 and 2/10. So let's go ahead and we'll start with our fractions. 7/10 take away 2/10. That's 5/10. And then we have 15 take away 9. Now that's a basic subtraction fact, so you might have the answer memorized to that. You might also recognize that 5 take away 9 requires some regrouping. So when you regroup, you're still going to be left with 15 take away 9. That equals 6. So this answer is 6 and 5/10, which is really equal to 6 1/2. So that's it for our first lesson on how to subtract mixed numbers. After you're finished with the practice pages, be sure to check your work with the answer key.